Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Hanji, welcome everybody. This is Chetandeep Singh from Bay Area, California. I welcome you all to another session of Khoj Qurbani. Today we will be discussing last passage number 5 of the Sohila Bani. So allow me to read through the passage first, and then I can share my understanding with a group, and then we can open up for a discussion. राग गौड़ी पूर्वी महला पंजवा। करो विनंती सुनो मेरे मीता, संत टहल की बेला, ईहा खाट चलो हर लाहा, आगे बसंत सुहेला, औद घटे दिनस रहनारे, मन गुरमिल काज सवारे रहाओ, एहो संसार विकार संसे में, तरेओ ब्रह्म ज्ञानी, जिसे जगाए पियावे एहो रस, अकथ कथा तिन जानी, जाको आए सोई बिहाज्यो, हर गुरते मने बसेरा, निज घर महल पावो सुख सहजे, बहुर न होएगो फेरा, अंतर जामी पुरख विधाते, सरधा मन की पूरे, नानक दास है सुख मांगे, मोको कर संतन की तूरे. So let's start with the central idea of the Shabad, that is the Rahao, या पंक्तियां. औद घटे दिनस रहनारे, मन गुरमिल काज सवारे रहाओ. So the first thing that stands out is that the Shabad in its entirety and the Rahaudiya Panktiyan, they are being addressed to the mind, man, gur mil kaj savare rahao. So Guru is addressing our mind and asking the mind to get in touch with a gur that is inside us and seek wisdom or realization and fulfill the purpose of our lives. That basically the task worth doing, as we discussed in the Shabad, last Shabad, Un Vadda Hai. So it's the same concept continuing from the last Shabad, Kaj Savare. So that is the same Kaj Guru is referring here. And further he is saying that this opportunity that our physical body or mind has got, this is not going to be here always. There is a sense of urgency that Guru is introducing here, that before the time runs out, get in touch with your real self. That's the basic or the central idea of this Shabad and of the Sohila Bani in its entirety. As we saw in the first Shabad, Tum gavo mere nirpau ka Sohila. Similarly, Guru is saying, Man gurmil kaj savare. Let's go over the first few lines. Karo binanti, suno mere mita, sant tehel ki bela. Iha khad chalo har laha, aage basant suhela. I've seen that in Gurbani, various techniques are used. Sometimes Guru is scolding us, sometimes incentivizing us. Here in this Shabad, Guru is coaxing us or requesting us. And it's from my own experience, I've seen with my own kids, like when my son doesn't eat or do his homework, sometimes I have to ask him politely, sometimes I bribe him, sometimes I scold him. And here the Guru is using the same technique. He's saying, this is the time to be in the company of Sant. Again, that's addressed to my mind, that if you walk on this path, the rest of your time here will be sohela or easy. Eho sansar bikar sanse mein tareo brahm gyani, jise jagaye piyave e rasakat katha tin jani. Further, the Guru is saying that the only way out of this Maya or Pavsagar is by understanding and realizing the truth of your own existence or the divine wisdom. And the next line is pretty interesting. So the way I understand is that since there is in this state where, as we saw in the last Shabad, where Kar Sadhu Anjali Punvadda Hai, where my mind is in the company of Sadhu and here in the company of Sant, there is no me. And if you're the only one doer, then whichever body does this realization, those who come to that deep realization, it's basically you, who there is no I left. So he's saying, Jise jagaye pyave eh ras, they know that untold story, a kath katha. Again, Jako I soi bihajyo, Har gurte mane basera. That again, an opportunity is here. You came here to trade or earn one thing, that is the Naam, and may your mind be in the company of Gur. Har gurte mane basera. That seems to be the consistent message throughout Sohila Bani. And further, he is saying that you will get immense peace and ease, and that peace won't be disturbed again. Bahar na hoigo fera. अंतर्जामी पुरख बिदाते सरधा मन की पूरे Nanak Das, eh sukh mange mukukar santan ki ture. He's doing ardas, basically going in the Sharan, saying that you are the one, please take me in your Sharan, and this is my ardas, that I remain in the company of Sant or Santan ki ture. So that's my brief understanding of the Shabad. Before I start with the panel, I mean, I was thinking about the Shabad, and I have a request to everybody here on the panel that we could take the Shabad from multiple angles. We could discuss words like what is Agge, Basan Sohila, or we could discuss Hoigo Fera and Sant, is it internal or external? I would request you or encourage you to share your understanding of this Shabad in the framework of here and now. Uh, for example, how can we apply this Shabad in our daily lives? What is the practical message of Man Gurmil Kaj Saware? How could we do that? And basically, I would like to know from each one of you about here and now. So I'm seeing we have Dilpreet Virji, Gurdeep Uncle, Rana Virji, Kulwant Penji, Ravinder Virji, Ikunkar Penji. Harvinder, am I missing anybody? Or is that all for now?
I think that's all. I mentioned you both.
Okay. So let me first start by going to Dilpreet Virji. Dilpreet Virji, would you like to share your understanding of the Shabad?
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ
Ki Fateh.
So I think this is the interesting, the way I look at this Shabad is that Guruji is saying Iha khat chalo har laha aage vasan suhela, and then the Rahau line is Aud gate dinas rehna re man gurmil kaj sware. So one message in the Rahau line, it is coming that okay, you are getting older or your age is getting reduced day by day, because there was a old belief that okay, oh, when there is lot of time left for doing this good deeds or doing this and that. Everybody says okay, I'm busy with my day-to-day work, with my work or kids or so on so forth. Once I retire or once I am done with my responsibilities, then I will do this, and then I will think about religion, or I will think about guru or gur. So the main punchline is telling that okay, there is not much time left, so better you start now. It is not that as you are growing old, but there is less and less time. So, and then in Name Mahalle Slok also Guruji tells us that when you get old, sir kampi opak dagmage nain jyotehin, right? That will not be the time. So Guruji is saying it is, think about it and be serious. And then other interesting point which I would like to share is that why Guruji was able to reach out to so many people, and he was able to get them to his thinking, is that he was not criticizing anything directly, okay? Because in Gurbani we will see that okay, there is a internal message of Gurbani, that there is nothing, it doesn't talk about what happens after death, or whether you will go to heaven or you will get hell. But instead of condemning those things directly, because if we take our Japji Sahib also, when it starts, right, it talks about socha soch na hove, je sochi lakhwar, chuppe chup na hove, je lai na livtar, pukhya pukh na utre. So it is somehow, it is telling that okay, you will not get where you want to get by these things, but it is not saying that what you are doing directly, or it is not attacking or coming along across that okay what you are doing is wrong. Because if we tell somebody that okay Chetandeep, what you are doing is wrong, then you will put your blinders on and we cannot communicate. But if I tell okay Chetandeep, what you are doing, it is great, but why don't you think this way, I think this will, if you do this way you will get even better results. What you're getting is now good, but you can get even better results. Oh, then you might think okay, oh let me try. But if I tell you that okay what you're doing is absolutely wrong, of no use, then you'll put your blinder because you believe in those things, right? So the same way, the people at that time or the society of that time had the beliefs of that there is afterlife, and if you do good deeds here, then you will get good things. So again, Guruji is telling us he is very intelligently using those things, our existing beliefs of the society and people, and he is giving his message around us, and then he is making us better now here, because that is what his whole objective is. So in totality, if we take this Shabad, it is telling that okay, you don't have much time left, okay, take this is urgent, and then take Guru's teaching and understand that and behave and be nice today. And at the same time he is using the example, okay, that aage Basant Suhela, he is not criticizing that, but in the other way he's saying that aage can be taken as afterlife, that is fine. That aage can be taken as tomorrow, that is also fine. That aage can be taken as the next moment which is coming. So he's saying that if you do now, and then you will get the results. So whoever thinks that okay he wants better results in afterlife, that is also fine. Let him be, think that and be good now, and lure him into this thinking, and slowly his thinking will evolve as he comes close to the Guru. So that is the part which is impressing me the most, that how Guruji is coming across. If he is going to the Siddhs also, he's telling them, oh, you guys are great, you have a great brain, and then you know everything, what can I teach you? But at the same time, after praising them and after telling them that they are great people, they have great mind, and then at the same time Guruji gives his message also to them, and it is up to them whether they want to take it or not take it. I think Guruji is also in Gurmani teaching us the best way to how to communicate to others, and how to approach them so that they listen to us, or they can understand, at least they agree to listen to us. Okay, I think that is the amazing thing which I get amazed when I read these shabads. I think we'll do a second round. Thank you, Vijay.
Haji, thank you, Virji, for sharing. And I like the punchline that you shared, behave and be nice today. Uh, but I'm not so sure about because the criticizing part, because what I have seen, Guru Nanak does not shy away from calling spade a spade, but that's a debate for another day. Ikonkarji, do you want to share your thoughts on the Shabad?
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki
Vaheguru Ji
Fateh.
Ki Fateh.
Um, there's a lot to share. I'm listening. You know, the phrase at the end of the Shabad, Antarjami Parak Padate Sardamani Ki Pure, Nanakadasa has Sukamage Mo Kaukara Santana Ki Tuhure. That's one of those, I don't know if, you know, we all have that experience that there are certain lines of Gurbani that just follow you like throughout the day, like just randomly in the middle of the day. Oh, there's those lines popping up. And those lines stay with me a lot. And part of it is that like looking at it and just thinking about it within the company of all of you, is that this notion of Antarjami is, I think for me, it's one of the most beautiful names of God that I've ever heard. I mean, I'm a student of philosophy and spiritual paths, and knew lots of different names in my different studies. But this notion that the divine actually knows what's in everybody's heart is very touching for me. And when I look at this Shabad and meditate on that line, I think in a lot of ways Guru Nanak is saying, oh, like the purpose of life is to live from the heart. And for me, HUD, like HUD is I look at it as a poetic sound. That's the heartbeat. That when he calls on HUD in the poetry, he's not talking about some God guy out there. He's talking about the thing that's keeping my heart beating. And that it's just like beseeching, like, hey, just pure. Pure to me means complete more than anything. Not like a completion. That we go through life. What drives the mind is the sense that something is missing, and it's trying to find completion of some kind. Like, and okay, well, maybe if I get the right spouse or the right lover, I'll feel complete. Or if I get the right money or the right career or the right social status or the right whatever, that the mind is searching for completion. And that Guru Nanak is so compassionate, saying, yeah, you are looking for completion, O mind, and what you want to do is you want to, like that line, man gur mil kaj savare. The Sri Singh Sahib once defined mil as intermingle or intermix. So, oh, my mind, when you're intermixing with the gur, with the formula of wisdom, with the bani, basically, kaj savare, then you're not going to have to do anything yourself, because all of your actions are going to be done for you. So the idea that there's this antarjami that really knows what's in my heart and really can move the universe, and all I need to do is link my mind with the guru, so that macro consciousness can bring me to the completion that I'm not even sure how I could get to on my own. I think is, some of what this particular Shabad speaks to me. And then, of course, I'm begging for that experience of contentment. And I don't want anything except to be around people who've had that experience, like the feet of the saints. I want to be, in a humble relationship with people who understand that this is the secret of happiness in life and success in life. So those are some of the thoughts I have about the Shabad.
Anji, thank you, Ji. I think I really liked what you shared, that when we intermix with a guru, with a gur, and with who is Antarjami, all your actions are going to be done for you and bring you to completion. I think that's very profound. Thank you for sharing that. Next, Ravinder Virji, do you want to share your understanding of the Shabad or anything in particular?
I just get a sense of urgency, as you mentioned, that there is a job to be done successfully. Kaj savare, cart chalo, all these point to a profitable enterprise. And then aud ghate, pointing to the fact that time is of the essence. And then talking about Esadsar Bekar Sanseme, I read that as suggesting that the world is caught up in destruction, in distractions. So the real question is, well, what is this successful venture that we must undertake in order to actually call it a success? So what is it that we are being enjoined to do? And I think that from Gurbani, it is really to be who you really are, which is Jyot Sarup. So it is to understand and become your authentic self. And that implies, freeing yourself in a sense from your own self, because we have such a tight hold on ourselves because of underlying fears, anxieties, that we are absolutely sitting here, in guarding our ego selves. And I think that we are being asked to trust our circumstances, to live without the deception that we otherwise engage in. And then, of course, how do you do that? It is by association. We know that a man is known by the company he keeps. So we seek the association of those who have, in fact, succeeded at this enterprise. And I guess that's how this Shabad speaks to me. Thank you.
Hanji, thank you, Virji. I like the phrase freeing yourself from yourself. So I think that's good. Hanji, Gurdeep Uncle, Montreal.
Sasikalji. Yeah, everything
Sasikalji.
explained by other fellows. I don't have any big thing to say here. Only I can say about Sant, people doubt who is Sant, who is not, this and that. But in Gurbani, there is a Sant which says, Ram Sant mein bhed kish nahi, ek jan kai mein lakh karori. This is Guru Arjan Dev Ji. So there are saints, but not that many. Han vidle kanhe nahi phal fakar sansar. So we have to need their company, those illuminated souls we can call them. But another point, the Gurbani said the problem comes that we become too much devoted to those saints who are in the human form. But Gurbani says there are two people, one is Manmukh and one is Gurmukh. We all know, you all know. Say, Manmukh puchho kare dosti, sukh ki puche mit. If we are friendly with the Manmukh people, then we don't find any peace of mind. We will get nothing here. Gurmukh syo kare dosti. We have to be friendship with the Gurmukh. Satgur syo light chit. These three words at the end are very important. We have to put our heart and soul, that has to be with the Supreme Lord, who is our husband, Lord, or whatever we call them. That's the supreme power. So we need their company only up to a certain level, but not to stay there, not to stick with them, but to move forward. So this is where the definition of a sant, which is clear. Other places say, Han birle kanhe nahi phail fakar sansar. We should not be no doubt who is a sant, who is not. The rest of the thing is, to me, looks like to get the free from the recycle of reincarnation. Because I read many other places in Guru Sahib which says, Fir jo ni pave, fir jo ni pavanya, is podi te jo nar chuke, I jai parmaida. Podi means, like we call a stair or ladder, this is the only life. And every day we have to be centered, focus on the Supreme Lord, not the worldly things. Worldly things just we need temporarily or to live, make a good living, but not to get indulged solely into those stuff, those things. Our mind should be still focused on the Supreme Lord. That's the way we can get Jako Aisoibe Hajo. This is the real business for which we have come to this human life. And if we don't do that business for which we have come here, we're going to waste our time and we will leave this world without getting anything. This is how I can see. Thank you.
Hanji, thank you, Uncle. Kulwant Kaur Penji.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hanji, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Oh, you can hear me. Okay. To me, it's really the word that click most is Sant Tahal ki Bela and Moko Kar Santan ki Ture. And what I was thinking, I was wondering, does this mean ki Sant Seva, Sant Tahal is Sant Seva, like physical Seva? To be in the Sangat, Santani Seva Karna, the activity, Jode Charna, the Chadu Marna, Gurdware Jake, is that Sant Seva or Santantu? Jivesi Gurdware Jania, we matha take and Hat Lagane does these all kind of, does he mean all these kinds of activities can help us to to commune with God. But then I found that other Shabads, which says na pije kete ho tur, so which means ki divine is not won over by becoming the dust of the masses. So I was wondering, what does that mean? So what I thought is, this life, Guru Sahib is addressing to the mind that this life is an opportunity to walk on the path of Gurmukta. This is the qualifications of the people who are we with him, and how, as you said, how we can do that. We can do it by using the roadmap of Guru's wisdom. We can find the Hari Mahal, which Guru's Hari Danivas in within ourselves. And also, I was thinking, and as you said, how we can do that, as Virju said, we can free ourselves. How do we do that? With the constant diligence, self-effort to eradicate our ego. This is an opportunity. This life is an opportunity to eradicate our ego and, find room for our humility and, to be with him, to walk on Gurmukta. And the other thing, when you said that, how we can apply this in our daily life, I think all Gurbani message are to be applied every day. And how we can do that, we cannot do it only just getting together on Wednesdays. It should be done on, we use the word distributed practice. Distributed practice means, we do it little bit every day, not a mass practice, or students, who prepare, study for the exam just a night before are not as successful as who do it a little bit every day. So we need to do it constant. This is a constant, diligent self-effort, which we need to do. And how we can do it with Gur Milkat Sware, we can, be in the Sangat of Guru, using his wisdom. We can all do that. And another thing I was thinking was, when Guru Sahib says, "Iha khar chalo har laha," it's like, we make day and night working hard, put money into our bank accounts, thinking about our retirement plans, so we need not to be worried about what we are going to do at old age. So the same way, we have to constantly, put some thinking of, depositing into our account by constantly focusing on whatever Guru Sahib said, as he said, that this is the kaj that Jako I Sui Behajo. This is the cause, this is the task, why we are in this world. So we have to constantly keep thinking about this. This is why we are here. We have to constantly remind ourselves. That's what I'm thinking. That's my take is.
Hanji, thank you, Ji. I think you answered your own question, but do you still have this question that you want to ask others? Is it physical seva and all the activities?
I did, but I need some clarification. People
Sure.
can clarify
Okay.
me if
So,
yes. Yeah.
Sure, thank you. So, Ranavirji, do you want to, do you have a take on Kulwant Penji's question? That is it the physical seva, Jode Chadne, all the activities can help us? Ranavirji?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank
Please
you.
go ahead.
Anji. Rather than answering the question, Penji, the Kulan Penji, let me give my 2 cents here after listening to everybody, a very intelligent perspective coming from different angles. right at the outset, I just want to make a statement which agrees with what you said in response to the first observation that Preet Virji made. And I also believe that Guru Nanak Sahib, and not only Guru Nanak Sahib, all the Gurus were very courageous and candid. They were prepared to sacrifice themselves. They were not beating around the bush. What they thought is not right, they spoke out very clearly. So I think even in this Shabbat too, the Guru Sahib, the way I feel is he is not trying to cater to a certain segment of the population, but they are communicating a message to us through a dialogue which he is having with his own mind. It's not that he is preaching anybody else, but the way he has presented so beautifully that he is talking to his own mind, and that's the way we should be doing. We should be having our internal dialogue all the time. And also he says that, although he says that, yes, the time is of essence, we are going to go away and time is limited. And we must not forget that this is the only time we need to understand Gur, that the message which is included, which is embodied in our Gurbani, the whole essence of our existence, whatever they are talking, but we should understand and adopt. It's telling mind that do the things what the Bani is saying. But then also I see when I go further in line number 2, jise jagave pyave e ras akat katatin jani. Now this theme is throughout Gurbani. When I read, I make a note of that. It comes down to the fact that these things can only be done through him, through his kirpa and all that. You can't do anything. Guru Sahib understands that, they realizes that. And when he is saying that, then when you jump to the last line, what he's saying is Antarjami Purk Vedate Sharda Man Ki Pure. And this is Guru Sahib said, this is my desire. The dialogue is a representation or expression or innermost desire of Guru Sahib that my mind should be such, it adopts to the Gurbani and improves itself. Through this dialogue, he also tries to express the limitation he has, that he cannot do that. Jise jagave pyave eras kat katan jani, and in the end say antar jami purkvidate sharda man ki pure. Now he is basically saying with a lot of humility, that's the humility, the expression of humility is out there, that okay, this is my desire through the dialogue, and please help me do this one. And in the Nanak Das He Sukh Mange, he says, this is my desire. Sukh is, of course, that is the desire he's seeking. And the way he's expressing for us to understand is that these are the things, it's not my mind, but your mind, and your thoughts should be the same way. Follow the Gurbani, follow the message, internalize it, but at the same time, accept this limitation that you are not able to do it without his kirpa. And that's my take on that. Right, Kaza?
Haji, thank you, Virji. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Gurjeet Virji, do you have any comments or observations on the whole Shabad?
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. ठीक है, वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा,
वाहिगुरु जी की
फतेह. Yeah, I've heard everyone, and I think there's a lot of confusion in the words, what we are trying to interpret. Let me start. This Shabad comes twice. In the second time, the Rahau comes first, and then the Shabad follows. Here, the Rahau comes after the first Band. But let's start with the first Band. Karo Benanti. Karo is first person. Suno is second person. And he's using a word mita here, and then he will use the word das. We have never understood that the relationship of us with Guru Arjan. We have started calling him Guru because the Nirmalas called him Guru. So he's particularly telling us, I'm your friend. We have broken that relationship. That's why I think there is not much gain within us. He's talking to us as a friend. Sant Tahel ki Bela. Uncle Ji was saying that is Harka Sant. The one outside is Harka Sant. This Sant is Sant Sharni Jo Janpara सो जन उदरन हार Sant ki ninda nanka bahar bahar avatar. He is our mool. This Sant is our mool and we have to serve him. And who has to serve him? He will clear in this Rahau. Iha khat chalo harlaha. If we serve him, aage basan Sohila. In the next world, not here. Because here he will indicate that this world is of days and nights. The next world is not of days and nights where we have to go. Then he says, Aud Katay. That's why he's trying to emphasize that don't think that my hair will be Sohila, but he's talking about the future. And Man Gurmil Kasware. This Gur is Sant now. It's the same sentient being, our inner consciousness. It means Man is with a Mukta, Hey Man, Gur Mil. Mil is with a Sihari, which means Milke. The Man is sentient, it will only meet a sentient thing. Kaj Savare, we have not come here to do only Kam, we have come here, the Kaj. Hath Paukar Kam Sab, your hands and everything is involved in Kam, but this is the Kaj. Hath Paukar Kam Sab, Cheet Niranjan, he's the same Niranjan which is also referred as Sant, Sad, and also Gur. Then he starts, He is Sansar Bikar Sanseme Taryo Brahm Gyani. He said, before me, a lot of people have attained the stage of Brahm Gyani. But the main thing is how you obtain the state of Brahm Gyani, because Brahm Gyani is Chetan, whereas the Brahm Gyan is Jad. We have to be very clear on this. Gurbani is not Chetan, but the one who reads and accepts it. I'll give you just only one example. This is Brahm Gyan says, Nano need par drisht bikar. That's a Pancham Pasha Shabad is telling us the condition of a being originally in Durmat. Sravan soy sun ninda bichar, rasna soy log meethe swad. This is just an instruction. But if someone can basically follow it, then what he will do? E sansar bikar sanse mein taryo brahm gyani. Then the next is the most twisty part of the Shabad. Jise jagaye. Who is the person here who is jagaying? It's just the Brahm Gyan. If someone has accepted, he will be enlightened, awakened. Pi ave. It's not pi ave. There's a Bihari here. That he will drink that nectar. Eh ras. Akathakata tanjani. This is just obtaining two padarthas up to there. Further he says, Jako ai soi bihaju. जिस वखर को लैन तू आया राम नाम संतन कर पाया. You only come to obtain Ram Naam here. Hari Gurte Mane Basera. That same Sant has become Hari Gur here now. Man Gurmil, the Gur is also Har. So you have to be one with your Har. Nijkar Mahal. Now he's saying, Nanak Badda Kartaha, Jithe Mirtna Janam Jara. Nijkar Mahal is obtaining now the fourth Padarth. Pavo Sukh Sahje, that's where you will be constantly in a state of blissfulness. Bahar na hoega fera, you will stop your reincarnation cycle. Antarjami Purkh Bidata is again your mood. Sharda Man Ki Pure. Sharda is nothing but your hunger. Why? Because no one followed this procedure. Antarjami is also him, the same. Whatever we started with the Sant. Purkh Bidhata is also him, and he is capable of extinguishing my desires, provided I go and join with him. Nanak Das Sukh Mange. Nanak is now become a Das, a Puran Brahm. Mokokar Santan. These Santan are in Sachkhand. Everyone there is a Sant, and they are in a plural form. That's why he says, Moko Kari, please put me in that state, Santan ki tu red, because I want to become a preacher like them who are giving advice to the Jeeves who are fully enlightened and then giving us the advice here in Bhavsagar. So that is my intake. Ji Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.
Thank you so much, Vichi. Now we also have Meena Penji. Meena Penji, you want to share your understanding of the Shabad?
Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. I just joined and I think I should be a listener except for one thing I wanted to सबने बड़ा अच्छा किया हैगा but Gurjeet Virji was talking just now and he said Gurbani is Jad and that just hit me कि Gurbani is not Jad.
ਬਾਣੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੁਰੂ ਹੈ ਬਾਣੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਾਣੀ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਿਸ ਬਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਭਰੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਜੜ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ ਅਖਰੀ ਨਾਮ ਅਖਰੀ ਸਾਲਾ ਅਖਰੀ ਗਿਆਨ ਗੀਤ ਗੁਣ ਗਾ ਅੱਖਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਨਾਮ ਹੈ ਅੱਖਰਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਹੈ ਬਾਣੀ ਇਜ਼ ਨਾਟ ਜੜ ਤੁਰਕੀ ਬਾਣੀ ਆਈ ਜਨ ਸਗਲੀ ਚਿੰਤ ਮਿਟਾਈ ਬਾਣੀ ਇਜ਼ ਅਲਾਈਵ more alive than my existence, than any human being or any other existence.
Hanji, ठीक है जी. We hear you. I think we could take this offline. I think we're done with round one. Let me go back. We have around 16 minutes left. So we have all heard each other and processed and understood where all we stand. Let me go back to Dilpreet Virji. Since you've heard everybody, do you want to touch a particular question or any word or a concept? We have only 15 minutes, so just a few minutes.
Right. See, the other thing I think which we need to talk about, and it will be good if everybody can give their opinion. It says, "Jisse jagaye pyave era sagat katha tin jani," and then there are some other shabads also that some people who are awake jaginde na ikna sutya de jagaye. Some shabad is there that whoever is awake they lose it. So I think then it is the easiest way of the religion or to blame something on God and wash our hands that this is not in our control. I know the kirpa concept is there, and then the pana manana concept is also there, that okay, Guruji is saying that okay, you keep doing, we have to put our effort, but sometimes the results may not happen because there are other dependencies, and then that is where the pana manana comes. But I think I will get let's see if we can get others opinion also, that okay, jisse jagaye pyave eras, if nothing is in our hands, somebody else has to drive it, then where is my effort coming into the picture, and where is my skin in the game? Okay, because if I don't put my skin in the game, then there is no fun in playing the game. Thank you, Vijay. I think we can get others opinion if you think so.
ठीक है वीर जी, thank you. Ikonkar ji, you heard the question. Do you want to address this line? जिसे जिगाए पियावे हुरस कथ कथा तिनजानी.
Yeah, let me, well, so which line, so it's the, which line is it? Okay. Okay, I see it. Just such a guy. Well, okay, so this looks like a different question than what I heard Dilpreet Singh ji ask about the who's
Sure, please go ahead you and address his question directly.
Yeah, that you know, I think that's the game of the mind, right? Because it's trying to see things in black and white. And I think one thing that Guru Nanak and the Shabad Guru does so brilliantly is it basically, there isn't black and white in Gurbani. There's blatantly contradictory statements sometimes if you're committed to black and white thinking. So, you know, what's clear is that there is a role that my effort, my habits have to play, right? So, you know, I think that's answered a lot in Japji. It's about cultivating habits of consciousness. Jatpada dirij sunyar hanan matved hatyar. You know, that there's virtues we can cultivate. There's habits of mind we can cultivate. And then there's so much that's not in our control, and we have to be willing to be in kind of a big dance with the cosmos where I cultivate my habits and values the best I can, and the universe is doing what it's doing, and maybe through grace something blossoms and blooms. But there isn't a black and white answer, just like there's not a black and white reality, so to speak. In terms of this particular line, you know, I think this refers to what happens to us when we meditate. And And there's a difference between vichar and dhyan. And again, it's not black and white. Gurbani calls us to both. You know, we need to do the meditation, because the meditation takes us to an altered state of consciousness, and this experience of drinking in the ras and kind of beginning to experience that there is a voice in creation that's not a human voice, not an audible voice, but a sound that we can sense and that tells us things. You know, that's a heightened, that's not everyday reality. That's kind of sacred reality. And we get to that sacred reality when we Amrit Vela, when we're meditating in the Amrit Vela, or we're doing kirtan with the Sangit or Simran. And we're being called to, you know, to have an expanded experience. And then, but not stay there, not like avoid life, not say, I don't ever want to come back down. You know, it's like, nope, I get to be in the rust, in that taste, in that altered biochemistry that comes from meditation that opens me up to other things. And then I've got to come back in and live life. And I think that's the balance between heaven and earth. That's the play of the polarities of human consciousness. So those are my thoughts.
ठीक है जी, thank you so much, Ikumkar ji. Ravinder Veer ji, quick minute or two. Any?
Well, I think both Ekunkar ji and Dilpreet have made some very valid, pertinent points. I mean, I sometimes wonder when we fall into this trap of my effort. I think that itself is a trap because it presupposes a separation between you and life, or you and hukam. So you spend your life trying to accord your life, you know, your quote unquote life to hukam, whereas to me, there is no separation. And I think the confusion really is in where is this effort to be undertaken? And you know, I think we just need to focus on that. I mean, I don't want to take too much time, but I think we need clarity around that. But the last thing I would say is that Gurjeet Singh Ji talked quite a bit about things in the future, you know, or people sitting in Sachkhand. Now, I think it does very little for somebody living in this world. Who the hell cares about the future life? I mean, I haven't seen it, and I don't think anybody has. So someone like me would say, well, I mean, what do I have to do with it? I need something here and now. I mean, what do I do here? But that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Veerji. Thank you for sharing those couple of quick points. Next, I'll go to Gurdeep Uncle, Montreal. Quick minute or so.
I think very well explained by Ekunkar Kaur and Dilpreet ji, Ravinder Veer ji. But I will talk a little bit thing. Come on, Udam Karendya ji, what's our effort? We have to start. We have to do a prayer. We have to do a binti. Udam Karendya ji, tu kumam dena sukh pahunch. Third line is Tyahendya tu Prabhu mil. Nanak utari chint. Tyahendya, that's what Ekunkar Kaur explained. Meditation. Tyahendya tu Prabhu mil. Nanak utari chint. You will have no worry. Now I go to the other question which by Kulwant Kaur ji raised. Gur seva te sukh upajai. Gur seva te sukh upajai. Fir dukh na lage aaye. Jamman marna mit gaya kale ka Krishna basaye. Kale ka Krishna basaye is the fear from the death. Okay. Gur seva, Gur bhakti hai. This all by Guru Mahalla Teesra. Gur seva, Gur bhakti hai. Asli seva, the real seva is bhakti. But when we touch the shoes, dust, put it on our, clean the utensils in the kitchen, we help. This is the process. That's the way. You do these things, haath paand kaam kar, chit niranjan naal. This will lower our egoism. It will lower down because we are touching the shoes. We feel lower inner side. The humming goes down, but we have to do the Simran at the same time. Both things work together. If there's no Simran, seva will have no effect. If there's no seva, what we do by hands and all that, there's a Simran will be far away a little bit. So we have to do both the things together. Gur seva, Gur bhakti hai. Te hasti sir jo ankas hai. Erin jo sir de. Manta ne aage rakh ke. Ubbi sev kare. Gurmukh iyon nivadiye. Sab raj sist gale. So I have a belief here, if we are happy here, then we can be happy in the next world. My belief. I don't want to impose this thing. Whatever is here, if man mela, our mind, because whole game is we are running after the mind, control the mind. It's like a little baby, we have to run after the child. Mind is a child, we have to run after it. Sometimes we scold him, sometimes we love him. Man mela, so we have to join such a nirmala. Kyun kar milya jaye? Unless our mind comes to that pure state as the Supreme Lord is, such is Supreme Lord. So we cannot be joined together. So it's a simple, we have a glass of orange juice, we don't put milk in that, and we don't put tea into that and drink. So it has to be clean, both the utensils, and we put one thing, which could be put anywhere. This is how I take it. But this is Gurbani explained the same points many places others. By the Bhagat, by the other gurus, the same thing will come another time. One point with Gurjit ji, I agree here. Everything is within our house. At one place, Gurbani says, "Jaise tarti upar meghla bars hai, kya tarti madde pani na hai?" I think you all got the meaning. You can find it. This is from Gurbani. But when the rain falls, everything starts blooming. See the flowers, grass, and everything. But in reality, there's a water inside in the earth too. But the how it's more effective with the water coming from outside the rain. It blooms everything. With a similar token, I know we have everything. Brahm is within us. Par Brahm is within us. Guru is within us. But how to bring it up? That's the name of the game. From out to in, at the same time, Gurjit is right too. From in to out. But I feel it's a little bit more simpler when we go from out to in. Like the little baby, you ride on Uda Oot, Ada Ak. But when he becomes a PhD, now he said, "Mom, you used to tell me A for apple, B for bat, C for cat." That's true, but it's, no, there's a billion of other words now. Well, mom says, that time you were a little baby, at that time A was apple, very important, a B for bat, C for cat, but not now. With the same token, how I feel, whatever we say, jagna jagandi ka, har
Hanji,
ki jagna.
thank
So
you,
anyway,
Uncle.
I don't want to take too much time.
Hanji, thank
I
you for
express my
sharing.
feeling. Thank you very much for listening, but I got wonderful ideas from my people. Thank you.
Thank you, Uncle, so much. Kulwant Penji, do you have any quick thoughts? The second round.
Naviji, I think I'm good. I'm listening. I'm processing everything.
Okay,
Yes,
Ji.
no
Thank
way.
you so much. Thank you. Ranavir Ji, you heard everybody. Do you have final comments?
Hanji, Chetanji, yes. I think that Dilpreet Virji asked an excellent focused question. Jise Jagai. I think the focus was on that question. And when that question comes to my mind many times, and when Dilpreet Virji or other people pose, or I pose this question, Jise Jagawe, that we can do everything, so that means we shouldn't be do anything. We shouldn't be doing anything, because we are basically downloading everything on some external power who is going to do. Jise Jagawe. Then the question arises at this point when we pose that question that we shouldn't do anything. The question comes: do we really understand we? Because we can answer even that question. How can we answer this question? Our question is so convoluted that we are asking that we should be able to do it, but we don't know who we are. So that creates a lot of complexity in this question. Jise Jagaye, jehda question Virji ne puchha. So when I think about that, let's for a moment imagine what is going on right now in Seattle. You look at the Microsoft, you look at the Amazon. Artificial intelligence is going so rapidly. And somebody was telling me today or yesterday that in a race to humanize machines, we are basically mechanizing humans. And that's exactly what is happening. Then question comes to my mind. You look at all the progress which is being made. But if BC Hydro, which supplies electricity to California, stops the dam here, everything's going to fall apart. So it is in the same analogy applies that yes, maybe we are very fancy machines, but inside us that jyot is there. If jyot is not there, our we, our I, that existence is no longer there. So jise jagai is very important. That means we are dependent upon that at some atomic level, that jyot which is in us. So that is what jise jagai is to me, is that unless that energy is in us, we are not able to do anything. That's my response to the video. Vaheguru ji Khalsa, Vaheguru ji Fateh ji.
TK Virji, thank you so much. Gurjeet Virji, we have 1 minute left.
I'll give you one example of what is sleeping and what is wake up. Maya moh e jag sutta, naam visar ant vigutta, jiste sutta so jagai. Who has put him into sleep? He himself has put him into sleep because he follows Durmat. He doesn't even understand the word Sant so far. After 500 years of written of Gurbani, we are still confused what is Naam. How come Gurbani could be Chetan? Then why you put a Granthi in there if it is Chetan? We reject ourselves. Why you have to put 2 inquiries in Punjab? Why doesn't Guru Granth tell that this person damaged me? So this, when Dilpreet Virji asked this question, it is in the very first previous Shabad, when he says, Kaam kro nagarbo parya mil sadhu khandal khanda hai, purab likhat likhe gur paya. Until you write it beforehand, you will never understand Gurbani. Man harli mandal manda hai. How hard it is to understand. We are always having man and hari together. They have to stay together to attain the next stage. Everyone invests in the future. The mother is also looking after her son because she needs to help her in the old age. We need to obtain the 4 padarthas, but we start with 1, 2, 3, and 4. So when we invest in 1, we go to 2nd, then to 3rd, and then to 4th. Nanak gur santokh rukh taram full. This will only give us flower. Fal gyan. Sachkhand will give us gyan. So if we know these steps, then we will advance. So we can answer the next time. Vaheguru ji ka Khalsa. Vaheguru ji ki Fateh.
Fateh, thank you, Ji. Meena Penji, any last minute thoughts? Meena Penji, you there?
हाँ जी, yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't, मैं on नहीं आ पाई. जिसे जगाए पियावे ए रस अकथ कथा तिन जानी. My take on that would be that this is to keep you humble. Because अगर तुसी जदों meditate कर रहे and you are thinking कि by okay, I'm going to meditate so hard that I'm going to reach him, I'm going to find my jyot, it's not going to happen. It's actually losing yourself. That's when you find him. आप गवाए ता शो पाए और कैसी चतुराई. अपने आप नु गवाना है. That's why to keep us humble so that he can bless us. He's ready to bless us. He's always like, we are the one who hold ourselves. No, I'm right. No, I'm this, I'm that. So we don't let ourselves go. So my take on that would be, this is for humility. ਉਹ ਸਾਡੀ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਥੋੜੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਵੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੋਈ ਘਲ ਕਮਾਈ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ waste ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਂਦੀ. Everything is getting noticed. Even if we say Vaheguru one time, he knows that this person is trying to come to me. The only reason why he has kept this phal, that ਜਿਹੜੀ ਦਾਤ ਹੈ ਉਹਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਹੱਥ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖੀ, so that we can stay humble at all times. That's my take.
Thank you so much, Meena Penji, for sharing this. And we are over time. So we had a great discussion. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Harvinder will send out the agenda for next week. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.